What movie would you consider a timeless classic that everyone should experience at least once in their lifetime? Dancer in the Dark. This movie is a classic, and it's not as influential as it needs to be. This movie portrays the horrible justice system and how the human spirit makes sacrifices for another human. This movie is on YouTube and everyone should watch it. It's definitely not something you should watch twice. I did because I don't get emotional. But it's so deep and pulls your heartstrings. Grave of the Fireflies. It's the war movie everyone should see. It's based on an autobiography. The characters are real people, some making bad choices and having to live with the consequences. The movie ends and begins with the same scene. It's all a flashback, a memory he keeps reliving, and he can't escape. Raiders of the Lost Ark. It was on cable last night. So much fun to watch. Remembered seeing it first in theaters. It was an outing, and a group of us went into the city to watch it then, introducing it to our kids on video from Blockbuster. Hadn't watched it in at least 20 then and now. If there's one film that absolutely everyone should see at least once, it's Casablanca. This classic has it all: romance, intrigue, and unforgettable lines. It's a piece of cinematic history that perfectly captures the essence of storytelling and the golden age of Hollywood. Ralph phenomenon that introduced the world to an epic space opera filled with memorable characters, thrilling adventures, and the battle between good and evil that has captivated audiences for generations. The Wizard of Oz captures the imagination like few other films, blending fantasy, music, and a quest for self-discovery into a dazzling spectacle. It's a film that speaks to the dreamer in all of us, reminding viewers of all ages that there's no place like home. For a deep dive into human resilience and the power of hope, The Shawshank Redemption is unmatched. This movie manages to be uplifting without shying away from the harsh realities of life, making it a profound watch that sticks with you long after it ends. For those who appreciate the magic of cinema, 2001: A Space Odyssey stands as a monumental achievement in film. Its exploration of space, time, and what it means to be human, combined with groundbreaking visuals, makes it a must-watch for any cinephile. Schindler's List is one of those movies that doesn't just entertain but educates and evokes deep emotional responses. Its portrayal of one of history's darkest times and the flickers of humanity that shone through is both heartbreaking and inspiring. For horror aficionados and film students alike, Psycho is a masterclass in tension and suspense. Hitchcock's genius is on full display here, making it essential viewing for anyone interested in the mechanics of filmmaking or the history of cinema. Casablanca, Shawshank Redemption, Lawrence of Arabia, Point One to Angry Men, Star Wars: A New Hope, Singing in the Rain, Apocalypse Now, Saving Private Ryan, Raiders of the Lost Ark, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, Goodfellas, The Godfather. I Too. Forrest Gump offers a unique blend of history, romance, and personal growth, all seen through the eyes of an unforgettable character. It's a movie that manages to be both heartwarming and heartbreaking, often in the same moment. Singing in the Rain. It's the Citizen Kane of musicals but better. It's both a celebration and critique of Hollywood musicals, sarcastic and funny, and a mind-numbing amount of talent both in front and behind the cameras. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I saw it when I was younger and watched it a few more times as I loved it. Years later it was on and I sat down to watch it thinking, is it as good as I remember? No, it's so much better. The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. Honestly, I've only even seen it really high, and of the 20 times I've seen it, I still have no idea what's going on or where I'm at in the movie. It's awesome. Oxygen flew completely under the radar during the pandemic, and I think went straight to streaming. Any description of this is a spoiler, but I will say, don't watch if you are claustrophobic. I guess I have a type, but Shawshank Redemption, Gladiator, Kingdom of Heaven, Saving Private Ryan. Something about military movies, old or new, really hit all the evolutionary boxes as a dude. Fried green tomatoes. to two young women that stole her parking spot, and after slamming her car into theirs several times. Face it, girls. I'm older and have more insurance. Triangle. A film that deserves to be known. The true horror of the myth of Sisyphus portrayed perfectly. What is happening and why is it happening? The ending is devastating. The Lion King. It's like a musical spiritual awakening or something. Childhood memories. I even saw the live parade at Disneyland. Rafiki gave me a high five. Woohoo. Harvey all black and white movie from 1950 starring Jimmy Stewart. An alcoholic whose best friend is a 6-foot-tall imaginary white rabbit. Totally worth the watch. The Matrix. I'm always surprised by how many people haven't seen it while it continues to be referenced so heavily in pop culture like red pill discourse. Double Indemnity. The exemplar of classic film where a man commits murder for money and a woman. He doesn't get the money. And he doesn't get the woman. Hotel Rwanda. The evil that is indifference towards the life of other humans is very well depicted. To me, this stood out more than anything else. If you like crime heat. A little long, but it all makes sense in the end. I hear that crew was busy with the Easter Bunny last weekend. The Blues Brothers' perfect cast, soundtrack and comedy Rick John Belushi, John Candy, Carrie Fisher, Steve Lawrence, Cab Calloway, etc. There's a list of it, and also experiencing movies depending on their situation could impact big. Godfather 1 to Earn, A Bronx Tale, Grease, Inception, Holes, Shrek, Robot, Labyrinth, The Lion, the Witch, The Wardrobe, Forrest Gump, The Polar Express, The Mask, Saving Private Ryan, Jurassic Park, Alien and Predator, Forrest Gump, E.T., The Fact Nobody Has Said, Star Wars Saga, Saving Private Ryan, Shawshank Redemption, No Country for Old Men, Hot Fuzz, Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, Mulholland Drive. Not 100 timeless, but I think everyone should see Airplane at least once. I just watched the first How to Train Your Dragon yesterday, and it's such a good movie. Had me tearing up so much. Dumb and Dumber, Galaxy Quest, Monty Python's Holy Grail, Monty Python's The Life of Brian, Shawshank Redemption. I have to that I recently rewatched Alien and Aliens. So far ahead of its time and still holds up today. Ghostbusters, I keep talking younger relatives into watching it, and they're surprised when they like it. Nice list of movies that I should watch again at some point. Mine would be Blade Runner, Ridley Scott. Just watched The Rocket Vidiots last night. There a reason why it's part of the Criterion Collection. My Policeman, aka How Not Allowing People to Come Out Never Stop Love from Finding Its Way. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. I would describe it for you, but it is kind of indescribable. Pulp Fiction. It's such a great movie, going through comedy and drama. It's a masterpiece. A Face in the Crowd completely changed the way I looked at Andy Griffith as an actor. 2001: A Space Odyssey film. I might just like it more than other people do. But The Nightmare Before Christmas, the Kentucky Fried Movie, Big Jim Slade, also taught me The Capital of Nebraska. Pink Flamingos, the John Waters film Not Pink Flamingo, the Matt Dillon movie. A New Hope. The entire OT really. But if they can watch only one. A New Hope, Chinatown, Penny Serenade, The Little Tramp, Love Actually, and Pulp Fiction. 2001: A Space Odyssey. No Country for Old Men, Glory, Clue, Alien, Aliens. Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring extended version. Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Good Will Hunting, the only movie that ever made me cry. I don't cry. Princess Mononoke, the dub is pretty good if you can't do subtitles. Office Space, because we all have a case of the Mondays sometimes. The Matrix shaped sci-fi for decades, and it's a good allegory. Of Mice and Men, it is the only movie that made me cry a little. Raging Bull, seriously. Watch this movie right fucking now. Kung Pao Enter the Fist. Every single line is quotable. Shawshank Redemption, Plading Saddles, Office Space, Napoleon Dynamite. Love it. Your Mom Goes to College. 1. Roadhouse. 2. All the President's Men. 3. Slapshot. Dog Lion King. Shame I have to specify which one. Harry Potter. But you need a lot of free time for it. Tropic Thunder. When it was okay to laugh at ourselves. Lawrence of Arabia. Preferably on a big screen.